What's up, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Star. Now, before we get into today's episode, we want to touch on the very tragic that just happened this past week. As you guys already know, I did not do a Dynamite review or a latest episode of the Respect the Comment podcast because that everything that was happening during the week with Hurricane I. But unfortunately, the one city that got it the most was Fort Myers, and mostly everyone in the Central Florida area that had the impact the most from Hurricane Ivy. So we want to send our thoughts and prayers to everyone that is living in Fort Myers, Orlando, anyone in the Central Florida that may have got their homes got flooded or just straight flooded out in the streets. But if you guys want to get the opportunity to try to help your community, you could call any local service hotline, or they give a donation, everything. So it's crazy, but what happened. But as far as here in Miami, down in the South area, but we're doing good. Even though we had a lot of rain, a lot of heavy rain and wind, but we're still good. But still, our thoughts and prayers to everyone in the South Florida area. So that's one thing I wanted to get out of the way. So let's get into these main street topics for today. And our first one up today is Jurassic World Dominion joins the $1 billion club, and this is a variety has to say. Never doubt dinosaurs. Jurassic World Dominion, the latest installment in the Universal Tyrannosaurus science film franchise, has finally crossed $1 billion globally. It took them more than 4 months to get there, making Dominion one of the slowest films to gross $1 billion in its original run. Other blockbusters that have reached $1 billion after 3 months or longer are playing in the big screen, which includes Finding Dory, Zootopia, and Frozen. This reactly quickly compared to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which needed at least 2 decades or a few releases to join the club. But hey, a win is a win. So there's only 2 movies that came out this year that's in the $1 billion club: Jurassic World Dominion and Top Gun Maverick, which is at the top with number 1. So those are the only 2 films that's in the $1 billion club right now. Let's see how the rest of the 2022 films see how they do, which we'll get to that in a second. Which are going to be the main topic for today. What movies are coming out at the end of the year? We'll get to that in a second after these main streets. But a huge win for Jurassic World Dominion, so hitting the $1 billion club. So on to the next topic. Andor Season 2 is already completely planned out, and this is what Common Burrito has to say. While Andor Season 1 only premiered days ago, and Season 2 is likely still years away, the series showrunner acknowledges that the second season is already mapped out. The writing process is super complicated because we really tried to get everything just absolutely perfect. And it's 700 pages of the original material. It's an incredible amount of scene work and actors. I'm expecting the last script from my brother's screenwriter and director Dan Gilroy in a week of his block. I own my 3 scripts, but they are all sketched out. We know exactly what we're doing, but at the moment-to-moment details of it will probably still be being hammered out through April. So, if I had to take a guess, Season 2 will probably come out either 2024 or 2025, give or take. So, or maybe so that's just my prediction. we don't know when they started filming season 2, but right now we're just getting into season 1. So, but I will say, the first couple of episodes of season 1 are looking good already. So, can't wait to see what the next episodes come out in a few weeks. But moving on to the next mainstream. Don't Worry Darlings, on-set screaming fights between Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde. And this is what IndieWire has to say. A new report from Vulture offers more details on the behind-the-scenes drama that has paired Don't Worry Darling, alleging that Pugh and Wilde engaged in a screaming match on set on January 2021. Pugh was repeatedly frustrated by Wilde's frequently disappearance with Styles, who she began a romantic relationship soon after casting him, as well as the couple's decision to attend a high-profile wedding despite frequently lecturing the cast and crews about COVID protocols. Florence would give input on how she thought the next scenes should be shot when Olivia wasn't there. The story's author, Chris Lee, revealed on Twitter, she was like, "I'm directing this movie more than you are." That was yelled out at one point, and people heard it. That spread it all around very quickly. So, you can already tell that these two will never work together again. Unless they work out some kind of truce. But I highly doubt they're never going to work together again. That's just my take. But moving on. Namor is a mutant in Wakanda Forever, confirms actor. So, this is what Empire has to say. Namor will be played here by Mexican actor Trecha Herrera, previously seen in the Forever Purge and Tigers Are Not Afraid. With this incarnation of the character, inspired by the culture and the history of the area, you can take Atlantis from Greek myth, or you can adapt from a real culture, argues Herrera. Rather than the rule of Atlantis, on the screen he is actually the ruler of Tucana, and he's drawn to the surface by the ramifications of T'Challa's decision in Black Panther's final reel to reveal the truth of Wakanda to the world. That decision put Tora in jeopardy, Herrera explains, and Tora has to take action to protect themselves. One detail that is carried over from the comics. According to Herrera, his Namor is indeed a mutant. So, if you guys have watched Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and I would say Doctor Strange 2, as hits all mutants, because you guys already know that the X-Men are coming. And then, of course, if you guys see the new trailer for the Deadpool 3, so you guys got a clue when the mutant. I always gave you my scenario when the X-Men is going to be coming. So they probably going to be coming in Phase 6. That's my take on it. So, but this is gonna be we're getting a lot of hits on mutants. They're kind of slowly giving us when the X-Men is going to be coming. So I'm pretty sure the X-Men will be coming right after Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. Moving on. Praise Amber Mentor joins live action Avatar's The Last Bender. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Well, let me just read the article first before I give you my. Okay, this is from Slasher Films. That's right, folks. The real news here that the actor James C., the original voice actor of Cabbage Man, is back and ready to sell his vegan wars while having his livelihood ruined over and over again. But as Netflix announced through their Netflix Geek social media account, he will also be joined by several notable additions to the cast in praise star Aaron Thunder as Princess Ye, community actor Danny Purr as the character known as the Mechanist, and legendary George Atiki as K, and more. Now listen, when they did the last Airbender in 2008, oh my god, it was terrible. And you guys already know how I feel about Hollywood taking anime and try to do a live action where it's not that good. So I said just stick with the anime. So I hope this does justice from the 2008 one, because if it don't, get it out of my face. That's all I'm gonna say. So I hope it does justice, because if not, it's going in the trash. But moving on. Star Trek 4 gets pulled off from the release schedule, and this is what Variety has to say. Paramount has removed its untitled Star Trek sequel from its upcoming film slate. The project, produced by J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot, has dated to hit theaters on December 22, 2023. Rather, the inedible news came for roughly 1 month after director Matt Sugar exited the Star Trek film, which was normally set to be the fourth cinematic tour of duty of Chris Pine's Kirk, Zachary Quinto as Spock, Zoe Saldana as Urban, Urban as Bones, and John Chow as Sulu, as Simon Pegg as Scotty. Shipman was successfully courted by Marvel Studios to help its Fantastic Four reboot, reuniting with the WandaVision director with the studio after Spider-Man No Way Home. Director John Watts left that film in April. So hopefully we get some more news on Star Trek 4 to see like who's going to be the new director. So and they's going to get back to in the development phase. But just because it's pulled out the release schedule, that doesn't mean that it's still going to be coming soon. So obviously here, they just need a new director. Hey, hopefully we get a new director soon. And now moving on. Marvel's Blade loses its director weeks before filming. Oh my god. And this is what Hollywood Reporter had to say. Due to continued shifts in our production schedule, Bashar Tariq is no longer moving forward as director of Blade, but will remain the executive producer on the film. Marvel said in a statement to THR, "We appreciate Belman's talents and all the work he has done getting Blade to where it is. Blade has seen start of the production shift at least once before, if not twice. Sources say the project is going under several rounds of script rewrites. Bernard DeMar, who has worked on shows such as Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, The Witcher, and its animated feature spin-off, as well as Marvel known Moon Knight, is the current writer. One source has said that the studio is already in search for new directors." Oh my god, what is up with productions losing their directors? So it's not like, I don't know, that they don't have faith in that person, so or they just want to leave on their own. So oh my god, Blade is definitely one of my anticipated movies, because I want to see how Mahershala Ali does as Blade and Eric Brooks. So I hope they can get back on track. That's all I'm going to say, because if not, this movie is going to be already doomed, and I'll be like, Wesley Snipes, please come back and save us. That's what I'm feeling right now. Moving on, John Krasinski's Jack Ryan returns for season 3 in December, and this is what Screen Rant had to say. During the events of the Jack Ryan season 2 finale, Krasinski's protagonist was seen exposing corruption within the U.S. Senate. In the upcoming episodes, he finds himself in a quickly fugitive and wrongly impaired in conspiracy that has left him out in the cold. Wanted by both the CIA and the internal rogue faction he had uncovered, Jack going underground. He moves to Europe, having to stay alive while doing his best to prevent a massive global conflict. So I cannot wait for season 3. Season 3 is looking good. So, and moving on. Scarlet Witch and the X-Men is a possibility, says Elizabeth Olsen, with Hugh Jackman returning. And this is what Variety has to say. Oh, really? Olsen asked when she heard the news. Wow. Now that Jackman is returning as Wolverine, Olsen wants Scarlet Witch to team up with more X-Men characters on the big screen. I guess Wolverine is X-Men. Olsen said when asked about which character she hoped to team up in the future in the MCU. It would be cool to work with a lot of people formed in the X-Men franchise. I guess Firebird is my dad in some world. Olsen last played Scarlet Witch in the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The character took a villainous turn in the film, and her fate was left bittersweet at the end after she sacrificed herself to destroy the Darkhold in the moment of redemption. Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige all but confirmed to Variety that the character will be back. There really is so much more to explore, Feige said. We still haven't touched on many of our core storylines from the comics. So, like I said before, the X-Men is not going to come until Phase 6, but we still can get some X-Men characters be introduced in probably Phase, not Phase 4, but well, maybe Phase 4, but most likely in Phase 5. So, and hopefully we can see Scarlet Witch come back, and we would love to see the X-Men and the Scarlet Witch being together. Hopefully we get I mean, what can I say? The possibility are endless. Now, moving on. A new Jurassic World movies are on the way, says Dominion director. And this is what Playlist had to say. In a new interview with Colin Trevorrow, the director that went in detail about his approach to the Jurassic Park franchise and how he wanted Dominion to mark the transition for the series. I specifically did something different than other films in order to change the DNA of the franchise. How can I allow them to tell stories in a world in which dinosaurs exist? As opposite to another reason why we are going to an island. So Trevor's thinking, taking the dinosaurs off the island and carrying them into a large world open up a range of possibilities for future movies. This movie clearly takes a real interest in creating new characters that a new generation is going to latch on to. Trevor insisted that that Dominion isn't the finale of the Jurassic films. I never knew that this would be the ending of a franchise until I saw it in the marketing, Trevor said. Those guys are brilliant at what they do, but for me, I think it might have been clearer if they said end of an era as an option to all of it. So, if they're gonna do a new the Jurassic Park movie, I should say do another trilogy. That's because we already finished up the Jurassic Park trilogy. We already finished up the Jurassic World trilogy. So we gotta get something new and fresh into the Jurassic Park franchise. That's all I gotta say. So if you're gonna make more Jurassic Park movies, moving on. Harrison Ford to play Marvel's Thunderbolt, aka General Ross, says the report. And this is what Screen Rant had to say. There is now a rumor that Harrison Ford could join Thunderbolt's cast as General Ross. Former Variety reporter Jeff Snyder revealed in the information on his podcast, The Hot Mic. According to Snyder, Ford is or was being considered by Marvel to take over the late William Hurt's role as General Ross in Thunderbolts. He even said in source indicating that it was a done deal before D23, but that Lucasfilm president Kayleigh Kennedy stepped in to block the announcement to keep Ford's spotlight on Indiana Jones 5 instead of joining the MCU. So, could this be a possibility that they already casted Harrison Ford as General Ross? I don't know. Well, we have to wait to hear the announcement from either Harrison Ford himself or Kevin Feige, out of Kevin Feige. So that's the only thing we need to hear. We need to hear an official announcement instead of like all these reports and rumors. We need to hear out of Kevin Feige or Harrison Ford's mouth. So we're just gonna keep speculating to see if Harrison Ford is gonna take over the late William Hurt's role as General Ross. So, and then the last mainstream, Armor Wars has now switched from being a series to a movie. And this is what the Hollywood Reporter has to say. Marvel Studios has shaken up Armor Wars project, and now what will have to be a series for Disney Plus will be redeveloped as a feature film. The move essentially pushed back the title further down in the development slate. Sources say that the studio was committed to getting the story within the right in the process, realizing that a feature was better suited for the project. Like all Marvel movies, it intended to be a theatrical release. Don Cheadle, who has reprised his role as longtime Marvel Cinematic Universe role as Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes, aka War Machine, remains on board to star. Leslie, who was acting as head writer of the series, will remain as its feature scrubby. So, I think this is a good decision because lately in the Marvel, like the Marvel shows, you've seen a lot of the CGI messing up. So, I think this is the right move because like it gives them more time and more budget to work on as a feature film. So I think that this is a good move, and I can definitely see Armor Wars fitting into Phase 5, and but we don't know what date that's going to happen. But I think this is probably going to happen definitely before the Avengers movies. But we'll just have to wait and see. But that's all the main street topics. So let's get into our main topic for today. Is that we're going to be announcing all the upcoming end of the year 2020 movies that's going to be coming out. So can you guys believe that we're already in October? So time fly by. So to me, I consider it as a end of the year / holiday movie. So we are in October, spooky season, so let's go down to the list. So, on October 7th, we're getting Amsterdam, that's coming in theaters. Liar Liar Crocodile was also coming in theaters, and then Hellraiser, which is going to be streaming on Hulu. Then on October 14th, which is Halloween Ends, we're going to be doing double duty in theaters and streaming on Peacock. The Cursor of the Bridge Hollow was going to be streaming on Netflix. And then October 21st, we got Black Adam in theaters, Ticket to Paradise in theaters, and then The School of Good and Evil are streaming on Netflix. And then October 28th, we got Pray for the Devil in theaters, and then Till in theaters. So that's everything for the month of October. Now let's get into November. On November 4th, we got Elena Holmes 2, which is going to be streaming on Netflix. Then in November 11th, we got Black Panther Wakanda Forever in theaters. And then Armageddon Time in theaters. And then on November 18th, we got She Say in theaters. And then Slumberland streaming on Netflix. Then on November 22nd, we got Strange World in theaters. Then November 23rd, we got Dublin in theaters, Nanny in theaters, The Fables in theaters, and then Searcher Clyde in theaters. And then November 24th, we got Bones and All in theaters. And then Disenchanted streaming on Disney Plus. And then that's all of November. And now let's get into lastly in December. Damn. On December 2nd, we got Violent Night in theaters. Then Scrooge, A Christmas Carol on Netflix. December 9th, we got Guillermo Toro's Pinocchio on Netflix. Then House Party in theaters. And then The Whale in theaters. December 14th, we got a Man Called Toro in theaters. And then December 16th, we got Avatar, The Way of Water in theaters. And then spoiler alert in theaters. Then December 21st, we got Puss in Boots, The Last Witch in theaters. And then I Want to Dance with Somebody in theaters. And then December 23rd, we got Crusade in theaters. And then Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery streaming on Netflix. Then December 25th, which is Christmas Day. Women Talking in theaters. And then Ryan Duran's Matilda, the musical, we're going to be streaming on Netflix. And then December 30th, we got White Noise streaming on Netflix. And then They Clone Tyrone streaming on Netflix. So that's all the list of the end of the year movie that's remaining going to be coming out this year. Let me know in the comment section below which ones are you most excited for, and then also let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts on the main street topics that I discussed today. But that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new videos are uploaded. And of course, you can also listen to me on Google, Apple, Spotify, and Anchor podcasts as well. So and without further ado, this is Trico, and I'm signing off, folks. Peace.